Hello everybody and welcome to math class. In this video we are going to learn how to subtract fractions with borrowing. So let me add a title. Now this is not a lesson in your workbook, so there will not be a practice specifically for this one. But before we got into the practice, I wanted to make sure we spent some time learning how to do this skill. So even though there's not a practice, it still is a very important skill, an important skill that you need to know how to do. So I have a spot on my screen that I can't get rid of. Okay. So to do this lesson, you need two of the memory pieces. One of them, this first one, is item 16, and then this one is item 15. So you need 15 and 16 to do this lesson. And we're going to start with number 16. I changed my mind a little bit about how to do this, so they're out of order, but that's okay. So there are no flashcards. There's nothing to write. We just are ready to dive into this first example. And it is 1 minus 3/4. And you may know this answer. I hope so. If you do, that's great. But I want you to know why it is what it is. And let me change this a little bit. I want to make this a tall one. That is a whole one. So what this is saying is to take one whole cut it into 4 equal parts, and then remove 3 of those parts. That's what that problem is actually saying. Take the one whole, and let's just do this, cut it into 4 equal parts. So on your memory piece, go ahead and cut it just like I did. And then take 3 of those parts away. So I'm going to shade in with, let me use gray, because that will look more like your pencil. If you're using just a plain pencil, you can use colored pencils or whatever you want to do. And I want to use a gray highlighter. So we're taking away 3 of those parts. There's 1, 2, 3, and you could take any 3 that you want because they're all equal. You take away 3 of those parts. And how much is left? You can look at this picture and tell me, hopefully, that 1/4 is left over. There's 1/4 left because we took 3/4 away. So there's the picture behind this process. But how would we do it without a picture? How would I set this problem up mathematically? And here's what it looks like. 1 minus 3/4. Now you notice that I have separated my fractions into one column You notice that I have separated my whole numbers and my fractions into different columns, sort of like you would do your tens and your ones when you're adding or subtracting. So here's what I'm going to do. I am first going to rename this whole 1. Now think about what we did just a minute ago. We took that 1 and we cut it into 4 equal parts. So the 1 got renamed. We didn't lose anything. We still have 1 whole right there. We've just written it as 4 equal parts. So 4/4 is the 1. And then I can subtract. I can say 4/4, you keep the like terms, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So if you can't see the picture, I can't cut it off. There's the math without the picture. The picture just helps to explain why the math works. So we borrow from that 1 whole, rename it as 4/4, and I guess I should say borrow and rename right here. And then we can subtract. So let's look at another example with a picture. I do want to keep the picture on this page, and then we'll do some without pictures. So let's take this problem, and this is item 15 of your memory pieces, and I want you to color it with me. You can use your pencil or colored pencils, whatever you want to use. You can even use highlighters to color these in. So the first thing I'm going to do is color this whole thing yellow. So fill in this whole first circle with whatever color you want to use. And then in the second one right beside it, I'm going to take one of them. So let's start building our example. We have 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And from that, I'm going to subtract 3/4. So in this bottom circle, let's color it. I'm going to use blue. I want to do 3 of the 4. So 1, you can do any of the 3 that you want. It doesn't matter because they're equal size pieces. So here's 3/4. Okay. So my problem is 1 1/4 minus 3/4. Now, don't do this, but I'm going to pull this away just a minute if I can. If I'm subtracting, can I take 3/4 from 1/4? No. The blue part is bigger than the yellow part. So I need to rename this circle. I need to rename this one so that I can subtract. So here's what I'm doing mathematically. I have 1 1/4 minus 3/4. Now we do have like terms. We have fourths. That's a good thing. I can go ahead and bring that down here. But I can't take 3 from 1. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rename this 1. I'm going to take that whole and rename it. And here's how you rename. We're going to cut that circle up. And I'm going to cut it into fourths so it will match the others. So I'm going to cut here. Let's try that again. Here and here. Now I haven't lost that one. I've just renamed it as 4/4. So instead of writing it as a tall one, I'm writing it as 4/4. And then I'm going to combine it with the 1/4 that I already had. So here's what I have. There's 1/4, 1/4, there's 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. 4/4 and 1/4 is 5/4. And then I can subtract the 3/4. So 5/4, take away 3/4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/4. Let me just make sure that you're seeing the 5/4 minus the 3/4 down here at the bottom is going to leave me with 2/4. Okay, so 5/4 minus 3/4 is 2/4, and 2/4 will simplify down to 1/2. Okay, let's practice some borrowing without the pictures, because I know on test you are not going to have those pictures. Let's take a look at this example. Let's do 7 1/8. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to bring it right here. Minus 4 7/8. Okay. So I am definitely going to have to borrow. I can't take 7/8 away from 1/8. So let's rename one of these. We're going to say 6, and then the one that I'm renaming is 8/8. And we will combine these two so that we get, let's just rewrite this problem. You end up with 6 9/8 minus 4 7/8. And you can definitely do your subtraction here. That's going to be 2/8, which reduces to 1/4. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So the answer here, the problem is 7 1/8 minus 4 7/8. And the answer is 2 1/4. Okay, here's another example. We'll do a couple more. Let's do 10 3/7 minus 3 6/7. So I'll set this up in column form. 10 3/7 minus 3 6/7. And let's do some renaming. I'm going to take one of those from the 10, so I'll leave it as a 9 and rename the 7/7. And you combine with what you have here. So you have 9 10/7 minus 3 6/7 is going to be 4/7. That will not simplify. 9 minus 3 is 6. So your answer is 6 4/7. Let's do one more, and I'll show you the calculator steps on this one. You probably don't need me to do that, but just in case, I will add those in. So here's an example. Let's say 12 1/5 minus 3 4/5. So I need to rename my 12, make it an 11, and then 5/5, that's the renaming. Combine these two, so you get 11 6/5 minus 3 4/5. So that comes out to be 2/5. Will not simplify. 11 minus 3 is 8. And let me give you the keystrokes for your calculator. It's good practice, and it's good to put these in your notes. So let me make these in a row, and then I'll shortcut a little bit. I know you don't want to sit and watch me draw boxes. And I'm not sure how many I'll need. I'll need a lot. Because these have mixed numbers. The mixed numbers need a lot of buttons. Hopefully this will be enough. If not, I'll add some. So we have all clear. 12 fraction, 1 fraction, 5. There's 12 1/5. Subtract 3 fraction, 4 fraction, 5, and I do need one box for my equals. And let me check this to be sure I have given you the right steps. So all clear, 12 fraction 1 fraction 5 minus 3 fraction 4 fraction 5 is 8 2/5. So the calculator will make short work of those if you type them in correctly. Okay, there is not a practice page for this one. So I will see you in the next video where we will be just subtracting and adding mixed numbers. And we will get to practice this skill. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.